Hello, Gemini. This is Grand Madam with your general reading for February 24th, 2020. This reading is not going to resonate with everyone and resonate with whatever bits and pieces you may find in this, okay? This reading is going to be for Gemini Sun, Moon, Ascendant, for women, for the feminines, Venus, and for the masculines, Mars, okay? I don't know why that light is doing that strange dance. Okay, anyway. I picked up 3 cards from the Energy Oracle deck, and I got third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. So for some of you, that tells me that your self-wealth, self-value, self-worth, self-esteem is being challenged right now. The second card is that of cornucopia. This is like the 10 of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite deck. This is the bag. And the third card is community. Okay, family, friends, and friends like family. So, it looks as though, from this spread, you may feel a little doubtful about your blessings coming in. And I'm feeling you're feeling a little doubtful because of how your community is treating you. All right. So, we're going to, now that you've hit the bag, okay? We're going to clarify third chakra Archangel Chamuel and find out what is it that has challenged your self-esteem. So, I've called in the angels and spirit guides for Gemini. So, give me a card for Gemini. I'm using the vice versa deck. And I'm not looking at the pictures. It's hard to shuffle when you're not looking at your hands, but I can't because I have pictures on each side, and I do not want to prejudice the reading. All right? So, okay, turn that one. Okay. It looks as though, Gemini, you are in some type of competition here. And it looks like you may have won. But then again, you could also, Gemini, be the one on their knees with their head down. All right? So there was a challenge. There was a competition. Give me a card on third chakra and 5 of swords. Give me a card on third chakra and 5 of swords. Give me a card on third chakra and 5 of swords. Give me a card on third chakra and 5 of swords, please. Third chakra, 5 of swords. Third chakra, 5 of swords. So what was the competition Gemini found Gemini's self in? Okay. Ooh. Someone cheated. This is the 7 of swords. That's the card of deception, of lies, of cheating, and of stealing. Okay. So Gemini, you feel cheated out of something. What has Gemini been cheated out of? What was stolen from Gemini? What was Gemini deceived about? Again, my eyes are closed as I shuffle these cards. These are great cards, but you can't look at them until you're ready to place cards down. That can be distracting. What is it that Gemini, what was taken from Gemini? What competition was Gemini in? And Gemini could either have won or lost. But I do believe Gemini lost this competition. Because next to it is the 7 of swords, someone who cheated the game. So what was going on here? Okay. All right. Uh-oh. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands at nighttime. I call this the card of undercover love. Love on the down low. Well, we will see. We will see. Give me a card. Or for some creative endeavor for people who work best at night. Okay? There was definitely a competition. But you know that Ace of Wands is also symbolic of the male flawless. That's my sex card. Okay? Okay, Gemini. Tell us about this Ace of Rods, Ace of Wands here, Spirit. What about it? What about this Ace of Wands? Why does Gemini feel cheated out of an Ace of Wands? Why does Gemini feel cheated out of an Ace of Wands? Okay. Let go. Four of Swords. Well, both of them want to come out. Look at this. Oh my. When you look at it like that, we have the Hierophant and we have the Four of Swords. And what that's talking about is this was some type of agreement, commitment that has now been laid to rest. Wow. Yep. All right. A relationship ended, but it was undercover anyway. So, Gemini, your self-esteem, as soon as you got pulled into that third party, you could have expected your self-value and self-worth to plummet down to zero. Yeah, because that's what usually happens. Okay, so that is the problem. That down low relationship that you've put to rest, that has been put to rest, has caused you is challenging your self-worth as a person, as a lover. Is challenging your value to yourself. Okay, let's move on to cornucopia. What's that about? Because it looks as though, Gemini, even though you were challenged, you still make it out with the bag. Somebody said, but not the man. Yeah, that was the sacrifice, my love. For those of you who got the bag but did not get the man, that was the sacrifice you had to put up. That was not meant for you. That was not meant for you. Okay, cornucopia. Cornucopia. Give me a card for cornucopia. Folks, I don't know if you noticed it or if you felt it, that nasty, heavy energy of third-party relationships has changed. They are moving out of our field of energy. Thank God. A lot of those relationships have ended, and people have been free to move on where they're supposed to be. Now, this is the card. This is the Eight of Pentacles. So you have been, your cornucopia is coming from you working on something, Gemini. So what is Gemini working on here? That's bringing her a cornucopia. What is Gemini working on that'll bring her, or him, cornucopia? Now, this energy is also, because this is a general reading, it could be for you, Gemini, or it could be for the cross watcher, or it could be your person of interest, all right? Oop, oop, let it drop. Oh, that's too many. Oh, shucks. We're going to do that again. Another card for cornucopia and for the Eight of Pentacles. A card for cornucopia and for the Eight of Pentacles. A card for cornucopia and the Eight of Pentacles. I can feel the cards wanting to drop, but I can't see what they are. And my hands are not. Without hand-eye coordination, I don't even know how to let the cards drop without making a big mess of cards falling on the table, okay? Whoa, whoa, okay, hold it, stop. I see. I'm grabbing it, putting them back in. Okay. Six of Cups, some of you must be working at night. Also, this is the card of the past. So working with something from your past will bring you cornucopia. That could be a night job. I'm going to shuffle some more. Give me one more card for cornucopia, Spirit. Just one more. What did I say? One more card for Gemini, cornucopia. How is Gemini getting their cornucopia? Their bag. Oops. Okay. Huh. Okay, this is interesting. I have two in my hand and one flew across the table. We'll take all three. Right now, you're undecided, but you're protecting yourself from someone. You're guarding yourself. There are certain things you don't want to do for a job or to make money. You did have two jobs at one time, but, well, if you obviously, Five of Pentacles, this Five of Pentacles is you still have something to fall back on. This Five of Pentacles, you have nothing. Well, Gemini, you've got the option. Consider that a blessing that you have two jobs. A lot of people have none. Yeah, it's not where you want to be. It's not what you want to do. But at least you have two jobs. Then there's some of you of two minds about a working situation. Should I stay or should I go? I would say don't go anywhere until you have some place to go. For those of you who are of two minds, should I stay or should I go and leave this job? Now let's just move on to the community. It's a blessing. You do have something to work on. You really do. And whatever it is you do, Gemini, you're going to get the cornucopia. So do you, Gemini, do you. Let's move on to community to see what's going on. Oops. Oh, shucks. What's going on with Gemini and Gemini's community? See, I felt that. What's going on with Gemini and Gemini's community? Still waiting, Spirit. Great, give me a card for Gemini's community. Woo, okay. Okay. This is the Eight of Cups with the Sun and the Moon. Gemini is walking away from an emotional situation, walking away from family and friends. Some of you are walking away from just friends. Some of you are walking away from your family and your friends. What's that all about? I understand why you're walking away from this situation over here. It was a secret relationship or where there was competition. But why are you walking away from your community, Gemini? What's going on with your community? You and your community. Should I let it fall? There we go. Conflict. This is the Five of Wands. It's major, too. Ooh. Major conflict among friends. Wow. And what is this? This is either the... Ooh, whoa, this is getting deep. On this side, it's the Knave of Wands, or the Knave of Rods. It's still the Knave of Rods on this side. But this is like not accepting an invitation, not accepting a message. Didn't want to hear it. Gemini didn't want to hear it. Gemini, you got into a big fight with your friends over this. What is Gemini fighting over the friends? What's it? Oh, shit. Gemini is leaving the building. This is the Knight of Rods rolling out. Well, galloping away. Or it could be galloping back in, but I don't think so. What's going on, Gemini? No, you're not. Now, well, this is the card. This is the King of Swords. This is the King of Swords. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Now, this king has positioned himself right smack in front. See this lightning? Right smack in front of a horrific storm coming his way. He feels, see how he has grounded himself? That he can stand there and withstand anything that's coming his way right now, regardless of how powerful and how devastating it's going to be. This is deep, Gemini. What's going on with your community? What the heck happened? What happened, Gemini? You walked away from your friends, and some of you galloped away. And others of you, well, whatever come what may, I'm out of here. Or I don't care what you throw at me, I'm going to deal with it. This is the wheel card. It's like time's up. This is the wheel of destiny. And it says time's up. Time to let go of the past and move forward. So, Gemini, what happened with you and this? I should have asked who's in this community. Spirit said the lover. Oh. Oh. Give me one more card on this. Just one more. Oh. So everybody, so you and your lover, Gemini, shared the same friends, and now that it's over with your lover, it's over with your friends too. That's like a divorce, Gemini. That's what happens between spouses. When spouses divorce, friends take sides. The married friends take sides. Some married friends take sides, and others just walk away completely from the divorced couple because they want to preserve their marriages. And yes, relationships, the energy in relationships are contagious. That's why they do that. Kind of cold, but it is what it is. You have to preserve what's yours. So, give me a card on this wheel here. The wheel of destiny for Gemini. What can Gemini look forward to now? Gemini is cutting ties and working hard. So that's a good thing. Gemini is collecting her coins or his coins. Give me a card for oh, there it is. Okay. This is the Knight. This is the Knight of Pentacles. He's going no further. This is really interesting. He's going no further with this community. His back is turned. So, this is just interesting. How your relationship ends with your lover and your friends. I guess these are mutual friends at the same time. It just ends, boom, just like that. Just like that. So, Gemini. And here's a Queen of Wands with their back turned. Look at this. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Here's a King of Wands with his back turned. Okay, Gemini, you were the third party. You were the third party in a situation, and now the two, they look like this. From the front, King and Queen of Wands. That's a couple. That's a marriage. Or a divine union. Or a union. They have their backs turned towards you now. Gemini. You were in a community of married people, and I just talked about that, didn't I? I just talked about that. And it's like the couples in your community have turned their backs on you. Wow. Well, Gemini. That card didn't go down there. Basically, you're feeling a little down and have self-doubt because of the end of a third-party affair. Yet, you still have the wherewithal to go out and make your own money. Some of you work at night. Some of you don't like the jobs you're in, but it's going to pay the bills for right now. And it's also going to lead you to your cornucopia. Full icebox, full refrigerator, rent paid. Because of this breakup, this is interesting. Because of the breakup that you had, you've lost your friends. You've lost the mutual friends. Some friends have literally turned their back on you. The security wasn't there. But this is, it's almost like you've lost a network. because I still don't see. I have a bunch of pentacles on the board. Pentacles, fire and pentacles. So evidently, I'm not sure what kind of relationship this was. I hate to call it business because sex was involved. But when that relationship ended, so did your mutual friends or contacts. Ended right along with it. But you know what, Gemini? For you, that was a good thing. That was a good thing because you still get your cornucopia. That's your reading, Gemini. This is Grand Madam wishing you much love.